Hello and welcome to a new episode of 7 Facts. If you love geography and history, subscribe right now. I promise it'll be worth it. The canton of Fribourg, or Freiburg, is a state of the Swiss Confederation. It's not too big, not too crowded, where agriculture and harvest festivals still shape a great deal of life. It's a bilingual canton, where 2/3 of the people speak French and about a third speak German. Fribourg is commonly called the Prealps, although it rises from the flatlands in the west all the way to the Vanille Noire peak at an altitude of 2,389 meters. Everything about this canton suggests a peaceful, quiet life, but if you want to learn more, you need to check out these other facts. Most of the lands that make up the canton are lands acquired by the city of Fribourg in the Middle Ages. It was in 1481 that the state joined the Swiss Confederation. But one of the most tumultuous periods in its history was in 1847, when Fribourg joined 6 other cantons to form a separate, mostly Catholic alliance. The formation of the Sonderbund led to a civil war, in which 100,000 federal soldiers were dispatched to reunite the separatists with the rest of the then still loose confederacy. Amazingly, less than 100 people died in this conflict. General Guillaume-Henri Dufour, the leader of the federal forces, ordered his troops to care for the injured, anticipating the formation of the Red Cross, in which he actually participated. Fribourg was eventually defeated, along with the rest of Sonderbund, and this actually resulted in the emergence of Switzerland as a federal state. The capital of the canton is the city from which it received its name, Fribourg. Fribourg boasts as being Switzerland's best maintained cities, and my does it show. Home to less than 40,000 people, Fribourg is a city jam-packed with museums, art festivals and medieval buildings. Actually, Fribourg has preserved its medieval center as a whole that is now one of the largest in Europe. The architecture of the old city dates primarily from the Gothic period, before the 16th century. You will believe me when I tell you that you'll truly enjoy visiting this city. One of the attractions of the city of Fribourg is the so-called funicular. A funicular is a railway car that uses a cable traction for movement on a steep inclined slope. Put into service in 1899, the Fribourg Funicular connects the city's lower town, Neuveville, with the upper town, St-Pierre. Its operational design is ingenious and surprising. The energy required to move the cars is obtained by using the city's wastewater. The cabins have a tank that fill by connecting to the wastewater network. The extra weight that results makes one cabin go down and the other one go up. The wastewater is then released into the network of the lower town. The fortifications of Fribourg form the most important medieval military architecture of Switzerland. It consists of 2 kilometers of gates, ramparts, 14 towers and one big bulwark. These fortifications were built between the 13th and 15th centuries, and large sections of them have been well preserved to this day. Once these walls protected the city from invaders. Nowadays they're a relic of a bygone era that's open for visitation and works kind of like a museum. In a valley full of legends, following a river that tells the story of part of the industrial past of the town of Fribourg, you might find the Dragon's Lair. The Gotthehong Valley, whose dark side was so greatly feared in the Middle Ages, is said to have been a home to a dragon. In those times, not even knights dared to venture in. Located just outside the city of Fribourg, it actually used to be home to both blacksmiths and millers, starting from the 13th century, thus laying the foundations of the city's industrial infrastructure. But the legends continued all the way to the early 20th century, when the local hockey team was founded in this spot and took on the dragon as their emblem. The major landmark of both the city and the canton is the St. Nicholas Cathedral. Originally built in 1283, it was completed in 1490, is 76 meters tall and has 11 bells. The stained glass windows, designed by the Polish painter Józef Mehofer and made by local craftsmen, constitute one of the most important collection of Art Nouveau stained glass windows in the world. This is probably the building to visit if one wishes to truly connect with the city's medieval past. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Leave your comments downstairs and don't forget there's a Patreon page where you can support this channel. I hope to see you next time. Bye.